So I haven't done digital art in like over a year. However, I purchased myself an iPad recently and jumped right into digital art. The piece that you're watching me make right now was after like 2 hours of practice. But I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. I will see you at the end of the video when the piece is done. So jumping right into this, I started by taking a photo of a doodle that I just like found. No, that is not a bulletin. No, I don't draw in church. How dare you accuse me of that? And honestly, the sketching part is just like really boring. So this is sped up to like 20 times the speed. I won't make you guys sit through the sketching process. You're welcome. Now adding a layer to start inking, I was like sifting through the brushes to find a fun pen to use for inking and settled on monoline, the one I use for literally everything. I pick a warm color for the inking. This is just so I can differentiate the sketching from the inking layer. This is just for convenience. I change the ink color anyway later on in the video. Now for this next part, I planned on having like Reese's Puffs spill out of the box, and I started using a spray paint brush. However, I ended up hating it and left it there because I didn't want to deal with it. However, later on I used a different brush and got it all figured out. Adding a new layer for the flat color, I'm using the round brush as well as selecting colors for the clothes. I continued to color in the clothes before realizing that I hate it. The colors are so dull and musty, dusty, crusty looking. And so I started like messing around with the saturation and brightness sliders. Although looking back on it, I definitely could have just color dropped colors in. Would have been a lot easier. I don't know what I was thinking. In the past, I've usually struggled with finding a color that matches my actual hair color. However, this time I picked a color I was like really happy with and I really like it. And I was really enjoying myself coloring the hair, just mostly because I liked the color. However, you can't see it in the recording, but I was starting to like shake and I realized, oh, haha, maybe I should eat and stop staring at a screen. That might be an idea. At this point, I may look like I'm severely regretting my decision. That's because I was not. I had eye strain, but that's okay. Everyone gets eye strain sometimes. And we're back, but on the outside of the iPad. That's like really cool and stuff. I don't really know. Finding a skin tone was a struggle. I changed it about 3 different times, realizing each time that I'm just paler than I think. I should probably go outside. Also, yeah, this voiceover is very fast, and this whole video is kind of very fast-paced. I somehow smushed 2.5 hours of footage into 7 minutes, and I'm talking really fast because if my brain isn't moving at 1,000,000 miles a minute, it's not moving at all, okay? I then started dwelling on like the line of the milk in the carton for about a good 1.5 minutes. Also, that is not a milk carton, okay? That is a laundry detergent bottle, and that is not a milk. I should have made the neck of the bottle wider, thinner. Oh my gosh, I don't know, bro. Now that most of the flat colors are done, I looked up a photo of the Reese's Puffs box, planning on just like color dropping the color so that I could have the exact color. However, color drop does not work onto a second slide. So with my little knowledge of color theory, I tried to just like color match the color. I don't know, bro, and ended up hating it. So I just kind of picked a random color of orange. I don't even like the color on the Reese's box anyway, so joke's on you. Coloring in the milk was definitely my favorite part. I don't even know how I drew it like that. It just looks so quenchable and beautiful. As we go into shading, you may be thinking, wow, she looks like she has no idea what she's doing. And that is because I don't. I have no idea what I'm doing whenever I'm shading, and that becomes very apparent, especially in the pants and the skin. I don't know, okay? We just don't bring that up. We don't talk about that. Now, about an hour in, I'm finally getting rid of that like weird orange color that I used for the line art, and I'm going in and coloring the line art a darker color of what like the flat color is, if that makes sense. Now, everyone say goodbye to the weird speckled Reese's Puffs that are still up there because I'm finally getting rid of them. I took my monoline brush and upped the spacing and the jitter in the stroke properties section to get that Reese's Puffs look and did a few different colors, and I really enjoyed doing this. It was quite fun. Now, for the background, I really was just winging it. Didn't anticipate it to turn out that good, although it did turn out pretty decent. I'm not usually super good at backgrounds, especially making like in-depth backgrounds. So for this one, I really did focus on the shadows and gradients, trying to get the light right because I'm not usually good at that, and it turned out kind of like a magician on a stage, and I'm honestly okay with that. I think that it turned out pretty good. However, speaking of shadows, trying to get my character's shadow to look right, I don't even know. It was so incredibly hard. Like, what am I trying to do here? I don't even know. But eventually I got it to this point. Don't ask me how, because I would not be able to tell you if I'm being honest. On to more of the background, shading the light. This footage is about 30 times speed Don't blink or you'll miss it. Also, this like cylinder like stage thing, I guess, took so long to shade. Moving away from the shading, I was having trouble with my signature. I recently changed it from this to like my name in cursive, and I was having trouble with how many peaks there were. I'm not stupid, I'm just homeschooled. I ended up getting it in the end, but it did definitely take longer than it should have. And then proceeded to shade like the character so that didn't just look like a sticker. I also made myself a plain background just to give myself the option. And after 3 hours of work, it is finished. Here's the artwork on the right next to the Procreate time lapse on the left. Also, side note, you probably caught on to this, but the character there is supposed to be me. I had the Reese's Puff song stuck in my head and I just doodled myself. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you want to keep up with me more, my socials are linked down below. I will see you guys next time.